Hello everyone and welcome back to the Many Voices. Today we are playing a Mech HQ match for our campaign that we are doing, the Diadem Liberation. I did a video on sort of what's happened with the campaign so far and my units and stuff like that. I'll sort of give you a brief look at them in a moment, but I just wanted to look at this map, and I'm going to switch things over to our mercenary leader, Zeek Naleed. Zeek, thank you so much for coming in to do this. He's here to give us some insight about what he's going to do with battle strategy, and he'll be narrating from now on. All right, go ahead, Zeek.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Today, we're fighting in St. Losif base. It's a military base that we have to defend from these dirty invaders. So we're going to be fighting from the east, and they'll be fighting from the west. Now, if we have a look at the map here, you can see that there's a lot of snow around. There was a bit of a snowfall recently, and these tundra squares, these are real dangerous. They're like deep ice that your mech can fall into. But inside of the city, we got nothing but pavement. Real unfortunate. I hate fighting on pavement. And there ain't much cover. You might notice there's not a single damn forest on this entire map. So no place to hide. We just really have to fight the enemy wholesale. But we can make use of walls and cover and the like. One-high hills and things like that to hopefully mitigate some of the damage that will be coming into us. Alright, now you can see my forces displayed here. We got some Kruger cars. They ain't going to be too happy about that snow, I tell you what. The centipedes should be alright, and so should all the mechs. But we're facing off against a couple of heavy Black Knights here, loaded down with medium pulse lasers. Couple of Von Luckners, real nasty bastards. They nearly blew our Teetsang apart last time we fought them. We got a couple of Manticores, a little bit less threatening, but pretty dangerous up close. We got a Dervish that we got to deal with. Shouldn't be too hard. They're pretty lightly armored, these bad boys. And a couple of Initiates. We got one of them ourselves, salvaged off the enemy. Plasma rifle, a couple of SRM4s. Shouldn't be too bad. We got our own forces here, of course. We got our medium and light mechs, as well as a bunch of tanks. But hopefully we'll be able to make it out of here without too many losses. And we got the map set. We got the units set. And you can see our lovely 9th Pest Regulars camo scheme. Enemies using a filthy clanner scheme because, well, they're filthy clanners. Tell you what, they got themselves some clan mechs that we've been pulling off of them. I'm working on repairing one right now. It should be ready for the next battle. Stay tuned and check it out next time. You'll be able to see that mighty thing on the field. Alright, we're back with the game here. We've won deployment. Not that it's particularly important. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly where we should be placing all of our mechs. I think that we want to probably deploy most of everything up here and sort of come around the side. But we could go, well, the bottom's not great because there's a big depression there. Maybe the middle here somewhere with some of our Krugers perhaps. I don't really intend them to do very much, to be honest. One thing that you can do is stack units up, like so. You can put any vehicle together, or any two vehicles together, but you can't put mechs on top of one another. You could put a vehicle with a mech, though. Put our light mechs down here. Retriever and the Mongoose. the bushwhacker, I think we're going to put right up there. It's quite fast. It's able to jump around at 7. Wolverine, we'll go with him. And we'll stick the Irby right there. Locust ain't going to be doing a whole lot. The stealth can go there. Let's keep the Griffins together with the other jumpy mechs. The Dervish will be over here. We're going to have to start putting a few people in the city at some point. Let's put the Zephyrs together, keep them grouped. We got the Ost Soul. We got to start putting someone in the city, otherwise we're deploying them up here. Maybe the Ost Soul will run right into the enemy's teeth down there, you know? And we can get a look at the enemy forces over here. It looks like they are mostly deploying on this hill, which makes sense. You know, they're wanting to deploy directly opposite where most of my forces are. Now we got these level 3 hills. Probably going to be able to hide their tanks behind them if they need to. We want to put the Vedette in a place where it's going to be able to get to a good sniper's perch pretty quick. So I think we'll put it right there. And then it can spend its first turn just driving on up. Let's just measure the Gauss rifle here. We can get out to 15 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're looking at a line around there. So that's pretty good. You know, once the enemy starts to close, the Vedette will be able to start making some shots. But, you know, if they end up staying back here for some reason, it can move up to this hill instead. Or just, you know, over here on this side. Looks good to me. Down to our last 3 units. The T-Sang, like I said, going to have to stay behind. It needs somewhere to hide, where it won't be seen. I'm just going to stick it right here inside of this wall. If it needs to go and support anyone, it's able to jump. So it can just hop right over there, 6 spaces. What actually happened is I ran out of standard armor plating for it. That's the main reason why we couldn't get it all fixed up. You'll see that most of the damage is just to the armor itself. It does have a damaged hatchet and hand, as well as its triple strength my armor has been critted, and it's missing 1 ER small laser. Now the Wolfhound, I'm not really sure what to do with it. It can snipe with its PPC, and it's not particularly durable, so I think we'll make that a backline unit as well. And we got a Centipede. Well, maybe we'll just send one of them Centipedes around to the flank. Now, see, the enemy has put a little unit down here. They got a lance of tanks and mechs. And then the rest of their force appears to be mostly up here. So this will be pretty slow moving. You know, it's up on a hill. It's going to take them a few turns to close with us, right? So I think that we should be fine to just sort of like move along here and engage these units. And then once they've moved up here, you know, Princess can actually see all of your units. So
what they might try and do is send one Black Knight in here or something like that. And I think our two mechs here can handle a Black Knight along with the Centipede. Now it's time for first movement. We're going to move our slow-moving units, first of all. I think we'll pop over here with the Vedette. Now you can see that our Krugers have been significantly slowed. Right? They're normally able to go 11, but it looks like each space of snow costs them 2 movement. I didn't think it would be quite this bad. So I don't think that the Krugers are really going to get involved in much fighting today. You can see that the hovercrafts are completely fine. So we'll make our way around here with this Centipede. I don't want to risk going off the map there. Now our light mechs, I don't want to get them close too quickly, but I think that they should be relatively safe there. Let's have a look. Yeah, the LBX is going to be just out of range if we don't run our full movement. Now, as you can see, this unit is capable of moving a truly ridiculous distance. So that is really the power of the stealths, is that they are real good at getting somewhere real quick. Now we're into the shooting phase here. It's the indirect attacks phase, actually. We have tags on our 2 Zephyrs, but they ain't going to do anything. Now it looks like we're going to be trading some fire here with this Black Knight. It does have an ER PPC on its one arm. But we only have the LRMs on Honcho that are in range, so I'm glad that I ran and didn't sprint with him. As you can see, we've got our 2 MML3s to fire off, and I've been doing this with everyone, but you got to go in here and hit charge on your PPC capacitors to get them all charged up, ready to fire next turn. As you can see, the PPCs are all still out of range here, so just a couple of real long-range shots so far. And here we have ourselves the firing report. Needs 11, gets 11. Glancing blow. That's why we love glancing blow and having narrow low profile on our mechs. It makes it so much harder for the enemy to really do any significant damage to them. Miss our MML shots, and we managed to hit the left side of that tank with an ER PPC. Perfect. I think we're going to put our light mechs up on this sort of direction so that they can flank around and not get into any mess with these guys. Now, you can see that one of the units down here, the Black Knight, has disappeared from our line of sight. So, we're going to have to go and find that guy at some point, I suppose. I think we'll let Powerline take the brunt of the fire this turn. Princess is always basically going to fire on whoever has the lowest TMM. So we'll let Powerline in the Griffin take some shots this turn, and then hopefully she'll be okay next turn to keep just wailing away with that PPC at long range of something. Yeah, we'll move the dervish up just a little closer, since the enemy seems to be hanging back. Now, you see what's happened here, it seems, is that the enemy has noticed that my units are all here, so they're sending a heck of a lot of stuff down here to deal with me. Thinking what we might do is just hide with these here gentlemen, and then if the enemy sends them in to the city and, you know, they're wasting their time chasing these guys around, well, hey, that's great for us. And if they send them up here, it's going to take them a couple of turns to really get into position to be firing at me. So I think that's a good plan right there. We're just going to move on back and hide. Well, let's have a look at what we got. Well, that's unfortunate. Our Gauss rifle misses on a 7, needed an 8. Wolfhound doing some good work there. Hits the Von Luckner in the turret. Light PPC from the Irby hits it in the left side. Not too shabby. Unfortunately, it isn't very well positioned to keep getting hit in that left side. And we fired off our rocket launchers, 6 missiles apiece. Both hit. Unbelievable. The light PPC that only needed 8s missed. We did some pretty significant damage to its motive system, but it's not immobile just yet. Good hit with the LRM-15 here, 9 missiles. Left side, front. Not too shabby. This thing's, it's getting chipped down. It does fire off an LB-10 at our Griffin, which is, that's why I wanted it to be taken out. Hits me with the LRM-10 as well. And we've won initiative again, not too shabby. You know, it ain't the biggest deal in the world right now to be winning initiative, but it still feels nice. Oh, look at that. It would appear we did more damage to this Von Luckner than I thought. The crew has abandoned it. Not sure why. I think it might have actually been just about immobilized, in fact. Oh dear, we've got a Tundra in our way here, and it looks like one of our Krugers has gotten stuck. I suppose we'll go over the hill from now on. Well, that looks a little bit too risky. Now, you might be wondering why I've got a Paladin 6 in my Centipede here, and the reason why is actually because this person has a Adept Driver, or I can't remember what the SPA is called, but she's got it. Basically, she gets an extra die whenever she rolls one of these here checks and chooses the 2 highest, but that's still a little bit too much for me. Now we're down to our last few units here, and the enemy's moved just about everything except for this damn Black Knight, which is the only thing that I want him to move, because I need to see if it's going to fall into the ice or not. Damn. Just move him, god damn it. Now, the tactic I've done here to sink a bunch of units for initiative is that I've moved all of my light mechs over here so that they're out of line of sight. So when you are in a bad situation and you're not sure where a dangerous enemy unit's going to end up, sometimes it's worth giving up a bit of firepower in order to get into a better position and keep your light mechs safe. Well, now, look at that. He's decided to finally move. Let's just do a quick calculation here. Gunnery 5, -2 for the pulse laser. +2 for range. +4 for TMM. So we're looking at 8s on 4 medium pulse lasers. That ain't great odds, y'all. I think we're actually better off moving back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in long range there, which will put us at 10s. And we're still in medium range for our missiles. Problem is, there's a couple of units down here that I'm not sure exactly where they ended up. So we're just going to move on up here and hope for the best. Now, I'm just going to show you what I did with my Zephyrs here. We just went straight across so that we've still got 3 TMM, but we don't only have to make 1 skidding check. Yeah, not sure why they abandoned. I think it might have actually been immobilized. Now, I didn't think that this would happen. It would appear that we have a chance to fire with our LRMs. They are out of line of sight, but we can do some indirect firing. And we're going to hit on 10s. That's not too bad. One thing of note is that it is important to select which weapons you're firing in what order. So here we've got our Zephyrs, right? I could fire the SRM-6 first, but because we've got medium lasers which do more pinpoint damage, 5 as opposed to 2 apiece, we are going to fire these medium lasers first, and then all of the SRMs. We're leaving our Centipede here for last on the Black Knight. I'm hoping that he'll take some damage to them torsos and maybe we can get some engine crits. Now, the Black Knight did move back here so that it could shoot my Mongoose Retriever. But it appears to have... Oh, let's see. Left torso. Left leg. Nice. The behind cover helped us out there. Now, you see here it's saying that we took 6 damage to our head. That's very strange, because usually when you are hitting the head, we re-roll it with edge. He might have been hit already, or maybe I forgot to set him to headshots for his edge spending. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that after this match. Now, one thing I just wanted to point out quickly, it says here, horizontal 50% table, right? We have partial cover on the mongoose. When we fired at him, Black Knight did not, because we're right next to the hill, and he is not. If he was right there, maybe he might have had cover. I'm not 100% on that, but I think so. Regardless, our mongoose is going to have to retreat after this. He has taken a head hit. Light PPC and the 2ER medium lasers just dapping up that Black Knight, no problem at all. MML3 gets a couple of hits there. The MMLs don't do too much at range, but they are pretty nice for crit seeking at that range. They're really mainly for the SRMs. They're basically better SRM2s. Got a nice left torso hit on the Black Knight. That's what I was looking for, baby. You know, that left torso's only got 9 armor left. Let's see. Is it going to get opened up? No, we got the right arm. And, oh, I forgot to switch the SRM6s. They automatically default to Inferno missiles. It is very annoying. SRM2 gets a nice shot off here. Got the right leg. We got the CT. And then, it stays standing despite doing 40 damage to him. That's unfortunate.
Well, I reckon it's just about time for my coffee break. I'll be coming back real soon with the second part of this here battle. If y'all want to see it, make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure to click that little thumbs up thingy there and ding the bell. Make sure that you get notified every time me and my compatriots load a video up here. We really appreciate any support y'all can give. In case y'all were wondering exactly what it is we are facing, this big old bastard here in the middle is the Clan Buster Black Knight. It was built by Comstar, and these damn varmints seem to have gotten their hands on a couple of them. Well, that's alright. We'll just take another one from them and beat their faces in with it. Hope y'all enjoyed. I have been Zeek Naleed, the Mercenary Commander, wishing y'all a lovely day.